Margie from Minglewood Farm and Nature Preserve. Today I'm going to read you the story of the full worm moon. I'm going to read this story because coming up this Sunday, March 28th, the full worm moon will be on the rise in your eastern sky. I'm hoping you and your families will get outside and watch the moon rise and get outside and maybe take a walk around your neighborhood under the full moon and see what you can find that evening. Full Worm Moon by Margo Lemieux and pictures by Robert Andrew Parker. Tell us again about the worms, Atuk said to his mother, Mon Ami. Mon Ami laughed as she stirred the pot of beans. I have been telling you the story all winter long. You know the story better than I. You should be telling me. Tell us, Atuk and his sister McQuinn chanted. A blast of cold air announced the arrival of Tuk's father, Anawan. As he burst into the smoky wigwam, the fire wavered and quivered. The shadows leapt across the walls. The ice on the lake is starting to thaw, he said, holding up fish that gleamed silver in the firelight. We will have a treat tonight. Atuk and McQueen want to hear the legend of the full worm moon again, said Mother. Anawan was thoughtful. Tonight is the night of the full worm moon. I have never seen the worms. Maybe we could watch for them. I want to see them, said Atuk. Me too, said McQuinn. Mon Ami said we would have to spend the night out on the cold ground in order to see them. We can do it, please, please, shouted the children. Then we will, said Father, laughing. Atuk hardly tasted the fish and bean stew. He was so eager. As soon as the meal was over, Atuk and McQuinn rolled the warm elk-skin robes. The family left the wigwam just as the sun set and the moon appeared in the east. Here is a good spot, said Father. We must keep a close watch. Tell us the story again, pleaded Atuk as he and McQuinn curled up in their robes. Very well, said Mother, only her eyes visible. Long, long ago, earthworms helped the people by burrowing and softening the soil, preparing for planting the golden corn, the rich, sweet squash, and the crisp beans. The worms did such a good job that the people didn't need to prepare the soil. They just watched and ate, becoming fat and lazy. The sun was not pleased. He went to the edge of the sky to think. What happened? Atuk and McQuinn chanted eagerly. Mother smiled. What happens when you go away from the fire? We get cold, McQuinn cried. Shh, said Atuk. His toes were chilly. His breath made a little cloud. Yes, while the sun was far away, the world was very cold. The leaves turned colors and fell from the trees. Ice froze the rivers and lakes. The soil hardened. The people became thin. A wise old man said, the sun is angry. If we share the work with the earthworms, maybe he will return. The man climbed to the highest hill, called the sun, but he was too far away. The wise man meditated. He said, we will ask his sister, the moon, to talk to him. The moon is closer to him than we are. When the moon appeared, as she always did at night, the wise man pleaded, tell the sun we are sorry. We want him to return. The moon delivered the message, and the sun replied, if the people promise to share the work, I will return. Every year I will send a message with the moon. The full moon will signal the earthworms to come from the ground. Once again, they will prepare the soil for planting, and I will not be too far behind. Now, the turning of the seasons is marked by the earthworms' return to their underground shelters. They wiggle to the surface and dance joyfully under the full moon. The next day, little mounds of dirt dot the fields where each worm has burrowed out. The farmer knows it's time to work. That is why, at this time of year, the full moon is known as the full worm moon. I've never seen them dance, whispered Father, but I hear they dress in red and gold. They have no need for torches because the moonbeams are bright. They have no need of drums because the music comes from the air. Cold began to bright Atuk's toes and ears, but he sat straight and alert. Are you sleepy? Asked Father. No, replied Atuk. Are you cold? No, but the ground was very hard. The earthworms were taking a long time to come out. Are you sleepy or cold? Father asked. No, replied, only a little. Me too, McQueen, said McQueen. The moon floated higher. Atuk watched intently, but the frost was sneaking under his robe. It's getting chilly under that full moon. So you have to dress appropriately. Thank goodness they have those warm elk robes. I'm getting cold, Father whispered. If you were to come under here with us, I would not be so cold. Atuk and McQueen quickly scrambled under Anawan's arms and curled up, one on each side, warm and cozy beneath the big elk skin robe. I'm getting sleepy, said Mother. Lean against me so I won't tip over if I fall asleep. Atuk and McQueen leaned against Father and Mother. That looks like a fun camp out, doesn't it? Soon Atuk lost sight of the moon, lost sight of the silvery fields and black branches. He dreamed of worms wearing bright shirts and dancing to music that came from the air. Atuk opened his eyes. He heard the rustle of bare branches stirred by midnight air. He heard his parents' quiet breathing. He heard McQueen's quick breath. He heard, so very faint, from far, far away. Atuk heard drums beat. No, but yes, faint pulsing of dancing drums floated in the frosty air. Listen, Atuk whispered. I hear it, McQueen said. I see them. Atuk squinted his eyes. The bright patches of the field quivered ever so slightly. I see them, he cried. Here come the worms, doing their job. Shh, said Father. We don't want to frighten them. Atuk's eyes grew tired from watching the field. His ears strained to hear the drums. He closed his eyes just a moment, and when he opened them, the sky was pink. Mother, Father, McQueen, he cried, the moon is gone. The worms are gone. They stood up and stretched and walked down the hill. Little mounds of new earth were everywhere. So the worms had come out under the moon and helped get that dirt going for them. Time for us to begin planting, said Father. The sun will soon be back to warm the earth. I saw the worms, McQueen chanted. I saw them too, said Atuk as he chimed in. Father laughed. We will come next year to see them again, but now we will go back to the wigwam, warm ourselves before the fire, and have a good breakfast. And back home they go. The end. Thanks so much for being with me for the reading of the full worm moon. I hope you guys get outside with your families and watch the full moon rise this coming Sunday in the eastern sky on March 28th. Thank you again. Don't forget, get outside.